Welcome back, everyone, here to map number 2 in the best of 3 for the CEVO Season 7 Pro Placement Tournament. We're in Europe, and we're in the bracket stage here. Still in the upper bracket, so neither team really in danger yet, but Publiclir, after losing their first map of Inferno, now have to move on to Cash, LionsEK's pick. So, I don't know, stick with us for the journey. I'm Helium, with me, Launders. How's it going?
It's going. Count the days.
Certainly is. But yeah, I know we talked a little bit, I guess, right before we closed out. But on Cash, I mean, a map that a lot of times comes down to, you know, who's aiming better.
Mm-hmm.
No, what do you think?
Either team like play Cash so far?
I
feel like we've seen Publiclir, but maybe not.
Maybe. Did we cast Publiclir more than once? I know we had them on against Orbit on Inferno, as my voice is going away. Lots of casting these last days, but yeah, I'm unsure. I'll maybe try to look that up.
Yeah, maybe not.
Which means you might have to take over the pistol round here. No, we didn't. We had Inferno, Dust 2, and Mirage. Those were the group stage matches, so no Cash.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm done, so I can take over the pistol round again.
I did a great job.
Trying to force out the Launders play-by-play. All right, so we've got Downey. It looks like he's going to be a mid player. It looks like they will double up on mid. Zitta's going to be there as well. Looking towards A, we've got Awe and Quicks. And over in the B site, Experience. Wow, so just one player in B here. But with 2 in mid, you can get the rotation there pretty quick if you go through the vents. Doesn't look like anyone's lurking there in middle, but a fake A here is what's going on. And if Stig and Base can get some kills, I mean, this might just secure them the round. Because look at the rotations. Oh, Experience, wow, going to think twice. But he gets caught with his knife out in that connector to CT. The A fake is shut down. Now Zitta into the vents. Wow, what a shot there onto Spitty. And see what else he can get done. He'll get another headshot now onto Skippy. Pistol round not working out for LionsEK, but they have got the bomb down, and that will build up their economy for these next few rounds. But it's not over yet. Enix, okay, now it's over. lots of one taps there with that USP.
That was insane shooting from Zide, getting the 2 shots there. That was sick. They bid on that fake, I mean, pretty well. Like, they sent 2 players in, and the idea was they commit 2 players to it, but they got one frag on. They got one frag from their entrance to B as a player realized that it might be a fake and tried to come back to the site. And Publiclir also got a kill on a player who was selling the fake. So it kind of balanced out there, but the other player selling the fake also died, and that left the defense at B just a little bit too thin. And Zide, with the quick rotate in the vent, managed to catch a player just jumping up to spot for him and took advantage of that opportunity. But yeah, very nice shooting.
All right, now they're trying to work out fast here on their eco round, but a big nade in from Awe. Now some FAMAS spray. He gets a 4K on the round, almost an ace. Zitta with the other one, and, well, no chance there for LionsEK. And on to round number 3.
Yeah, looked like they were just trying to make their down there, trying to get to the bomb site. But couldn't do it. Got shut down early. Now, Publiclir keeping 5 alive means that it's a nice, healthy economy for them. Now, they are going up against a buy, so they have 3 Foulmosses on the board. That almost became the hardest word ever to say. But with their low grenades, they will be reaching for this match, for this round.
All right, boosted over here, and this is that first buy-in because they got the bomb down that first round, did not invest on the second. So this is the big one. This can upset the CT's economy a little bit when the terrorists grab a round like this. 3 FAMAS, though, like you just said earlier. That is quite a bit. And at the ranges that you can find on Cash, you know, A main, mid. Vents is a little bit closer. We'll see Skippy move into checker.
Yeah, it's tough to get a FAMAS kill sometimes on Cash.
Got to enable not only burst mode, but also beast mode.
Oh.
Stig, though, going to get 2 over here as they're pushing into the sunroom, trying to get into the B warehouse, and that, well, backfires for Publiclir. Trying to get in there on the flank, a little aggressive CT play, but Zitta, like the anchor of this team, look at it, getting 3. Okay, just 2 for now make it 3. Gonna have to reload. Awe out in mid, and that puts Spitty and a 1-on-2. So really good play for Zita to hold on. Gets a 3K. Oz very, very low. And if he's going to peek this middle. Oh, okay. Gets some damage in there. So that puts him at 6 HP. Zita rotating over quickly to that A side. He's up at the truck right now. Might actually, he's going to beat him there. That flash. Oh, yeah. The pop flash was enough, but shows his shoulder. Running a little wide there, trying to get into the default plant.
Zita, the anti-hero of that round, man.
Seriously.
Huge 3K to spite Stigs. And yeah, getting both B players, if they had the bomb stage up for the B take and Stig was just kind of working B by himself, they could have easily won that round. So that's a huge failure on the part of LionsEK to not be able to win that round with 5 players left alive. And they will be mad at themselves for that. For sure.
All right, so another eco here. P250s across the board for LionsEK. Also eating some nades. That was just a snack. Only like 6 damage from that one, but takes a lot of fire on the way out. Now they are completely blind. And Quicks up there with some quick frags. Lincoln Quicks. Gosh, why is your name Lincoln in game? Quicks here with some nice M4 work, but actually even nicer USP work.
Maybe he wants to be called Lincoln.
Yeah, right? That's what I can only assume when people change their names in game. Like, this is what you want to be called. So Karoon definitely wants to be Ballsack Ballet. Over there for 3D Max.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just off the back of a pistol round and 2 ecos, or is it 3? 2 ecos. LionsEK are already down 0-4 on the map that they chose. They're looking to put a round on the board here, and with a good pop flash into A main, Alway not afraid of the offer, goes for the extra pick, and gets Enix, maybe one of the more valuable players to have in a round.
A little damage there onto base through the smoke at the squeaky door. That's going to be 2 players now for LionsEK. Skippy's still with that op. We saw him, what, 2 rounds, maybe 3 with it on Inferno.
Yeah, it wasn't doing so hot.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
Even on the T side.
Oh, very, very blind here. Trying to get back to Fork. Yeah, it's surely going to be Downey to be fragged. And it's a 4-on-3, so LionsEK with a real chance at a round right here, but Quicks, he's got an op as well. Let's see what he can do. He's playing a pretty close angle with it. He'll move up to the Fork. Oh, shot at the chair, pulls out that secondary, the CZ, and he actually gets one through the smoke. And the door is narrow. And he'll get it now, pushing through with the reload here. And who needs an op when you've got a Tigress? He'll bring down 3 people with that.
What a play, pushing through the smoke.
Stig, though, saves it. He gets this into a pretty winnable scenario. He still has to scoop the bomb. We've got Zita coming through A main. Stig, though, is very cautious. And with time running out, he's going to want to get himself into the A site. But Zita, I think he just misses the, just misses the chance there to get him on the cross. So bomb will go down.
Oh, ooh. Ooh, Stig wins that one. That's redemption for Stig. After Zite stole a round from him with that 3K MB. Stig managed to come back and win a 1v1 for his team versus the player that did that, so puts a round on the board himself. Very nice play by him. And actually spites Lincoln in the process, who got 3 kills after a really nice push through the smoke and obviously the shots through the smoke with the CZ. Big plays happening. Big plays versus big plays. BDPs.
All right. Stig going to try to continue this momentum. There's a force up here. Let's see what he can do to shut it down. He'll get Downey. Now a Deagle and a 5-7 here on Zita and Experience. Oh, they're like, we want the gun. We want the gun. But look at Zita.
Unbelievable.
This guy gets the kills when he needs them. 5-7 spam there. Headshot onto Stig. Big player for LionsEK. Now it's going to be up to base over here at A. There's only one guy. It's nice pop flash, though. He's got the FAMAS close to the door. But Spitty, what a shot. And get another one there up by the truck side through the edge of the smoke. Bomb to be planted default here in the A site. Rotators are Experience, WoW, and Zita. And they're going to try for the 2-on-3, at least for now. Got 35 seconds basically on the clock. But Spitty getting another one down. That means Zita, even with a 2K on the round, will back off, saving the 5-7 armor and the silenced M4.
A worthwhile save, considering they've spent all their money. I'm not exactly sure why they decided to force up there. I mean, they had just lost a round. Oh, it's just. I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't have more money left over, but I suppose a couple of those rounds were close. One of them, only one player was left alive. And take a look at their economy. They're going to be on another save. I think it would have made a little bit more sense to save on that round, I want to say. Trying to justify it by
I would agree. Yeah, like, I feel like they should have also saved.
It's just that we're always seeing these rounds where like you anticipate a double save, and so you're like, okay, let's force this round. We're going to save twice anyway. But I think they would have just been able to buy. I mean, if they were able to buy that round, they would have just been able to buy fully the next up. Might be a poor decision, I think, on their part, but we'll see. They're actually going to have to be double saving here, I think.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for them, and you can see the terrorists were bracing themselves. Enix and Skippy were hiding behind the truck, waiting for an aggressive boost over from the CTs. You know, as they maybe storm down mid, try to backstab LionsEK working A. LionsEK not gonna let that happen, as Base shows off his near 11,000 kill AK. Seems like a lot.
Yeah, they're gonna have to double save again. That's definitely some bad economic management on the part of Publiclir buying that last round. Complete force too. It wasn't like a Famas, 5 Famas buy or anything.
Yeah, just the Deagle armor and 5/7 armor that they did have. As Enix trying to get that mid control. 2 players in A. We've got Downey and Zeta, and A is where the bomb is going. Enix is gonna get that lurker, and who else but Quicks? Skippy to hit an op shot to open things up. If you can get that op on lockdown, like you said, didn't see him have a lot of success with it on Inferno or yet here on Cash. But Zeta spraying down 2. Enix and Skippy to fall, but LionsEK now with 3 rounds. And okay, they're going to force again here with low 4Ks, so not a lot of nades to work with. And let's see if this bites them, because then we might, again, ecos. Well, apparently Publiclir just doesn't eco, they just force up.
Yeah. I mean, at least they have 4M4s. They can think about the no head armors as being fine. There's 4 AKs on the board for LionsEK. They might be susceptible to take more nade damage. I think that's one thing that happens if you don't have head armor. But putting pressure on base here in the Squeaky are 2 players from Publiclir.
Yeah, and Quicks moving in will actually get them both. So Publiclir no longer too worried about their the chances this round because of the lack of nades as they open up with a nice 2 frags. We'll see if Skippy can maybe get him back into fighting shape. He's very, very worried now about the flank coming from Squeaky. As actually Quicks is going to get another experience, while also those ones were over in B. The sunroom, to be exact. So last player up is Skippy now with the bomb, and Publiclir look to have skated past that danger.
Yeah, I doubted them because they were extremely low on nades, but Lincoln's obviously insane. So, wow, 4 kills. 4 kills that round. 4 quick kills. Cleaning up that Squeaky by himself. I guess the aggressive play was the way to make up for it. It certainly did. So, that's the 5th round on the board. Lions are actually on a save, so managing to do it, and because he got 4 kills without, having to sacrifice any of his teammates, they managed to keep all their players alive and have some money in the bank now as well.
Looks like terrorists are going for a sort of delay explode over here at B. Smoked off initially, but they might just flash into checker and run through this. Flash to main, flash to checker, and there they go. Bay's going to be the last man in, so look for him to maybe get those kills. First man in, no luck whatsoever. Now they're smoked off of checker, trying to get in here. Oh, one in the back of the site still. That's down. He takes some damage, and Bay's still trapped, trying to figure out where he is.
Who am I?
Yeah. Why am I here? Base, no such luck. Downey will bring him down. 4K there for Downey. Back of the site, really holds on to it. And now Publiclir out to 6 rounds. We'll see another gun round here, though, from LionsEK.
Yeah, it's one more opportunity to put a round on the board. Again, LionsEK's pick, so I expect them to do well, even though I assume that Publiclir picked the CT side. And they're going to have to keep up a much better ratio than the 6-3 or... this 1 round for every 2. that Publiclir are managing to put on the board, and Zide comes out with one frag, yes, and gets out safely, but takes some damage. And mid control is conceded to the LionsEK.
4-on-4 right now. Bomb is going to be dropped here by Enix as he wants to make sure to watch that flank and not drop the bomb if he's maybe unsuccessful. But there's actually no push coming. That's what we can see. Stig, though, going to move into B, open up. He'll bring down the upper player, and that's going to leave who else but Downey in the back of the site. Can he pull in another big round here? It's actually over at Generators. And Lincoln now, with the op, will bring down base. Skippy with a nice smoke. That's going to secure his vent entrance, so he's able to come into checker. Downey, though, with the FAMAS, gets one. Maybe needed some more. It puts everything into a 2-on-2. Zida is very, very low, but he will kill Stig as he gets the bomb, tries to bring it up the generator. Nade going in will be 0 damage. And now it's Skippy, his chance to prove himself at a 1-on-2. Zida already with 2 kills. Quicks with 1. And they're both coming on either side. 1 CT, 1 from the main area. And Lincoln silent.
Highly
up close. Yeah.
Oh. Kind of exposed himself to both sides of the site there in an attempt to divide the 2v1 up into 1v1s, and was unable to do the damage. I think could have easily knocked out one player. Both of them very hurt, but he himself had taken some damage. So, 2v1's never easy to win when the 2 players play properly. And they did. So another round on the board for Publiclir. They've got an off in the hands of Lincoln, actually, who I assume will maybe try to PK main. Not sure, but if anything, lock down the A site most likely by himself. I think because Lions are favoring the early mid control, that Publiclir want to match up to them and not let them have it, as mid can be a very powerful tool on cache. But looks like no early mid control, so Zite is going to walk over to the A site and see what's going on here.
Yeah, haven't seen all that much action at mid. Like you said, like mid control is important, and I guess for the most part, I feel like the terrorists have had it. They've been able to get through the vents. Haven't seen much pushing up an aggressive vent play from Publiclir at all, but maybe just not their style on this map, and who's to blame them, because even though it has kind of looked shaky to get to where we are in round 11, they are still leading 7-3 up against Lions. And there's Base with a nice shot out onto that white box. That's going to allow him to get into the vents. Looks like they may be flipping around. Oh, no, they will take it up truck side. Or, excuse me, highway. Base may be going to push through and go up truck. Who knows? One player in that site with an op, and it's Enix that'll bring down Quicks. A site for the taking, and Experience wow in a 1v4. Probably content to just stay where he is. Maybe look for an exit here. Gets flash, and little does he know, he was really close to bringing that kill in.
LionsEK coming in on these late rounds, we saw this on Inferno too, where they don't make their decisions until nades are exhausted, until they know that there's going to be no nades thrown at them, playing passively, and then they take control of something and then they win the round. They do a really good job in the late round, and I think that's commendable. Now, if they decide to change up the pace and go fast once in a while, I think that's not going to favor them, and they should continue to play with this style. I think it's a great asset to be able to win these rounds in the late round. Some teams believe that is the best way to win their T rounds. We see this playstyle from Navi, who execute late with like 10 or 20 seconds left. And Lions are doing a great job of this. They're executing with like a few seconds left on the clock. That on-the-fly rotate to A happened because they got their picks at mid. And this late round mid control is working out because Publiclir aren't anticipating it.
All right, and a quick update for those watching. The series score is on the screen, and I saw a lot of questions, so I made it a little easier for you guys to see there. But let's look at this round now. Quicks with a nade kill and a quick one with his M4. Gives Publiclir the man advantage, 4-on-3 right now, but Stig to even it up, and actually now gets his team the advantage. He gets down 2 on the entries over there to A. Downey trying to shut down this rotation at Z. About to E to nade, only 20 damage. And will get Enix, so 2-on-2. They do not have the bomb, though. Base will get it at the base of those stairs. And flip it around back to A. Experience wow, sitting here at the truck. And we've got Downey over here on the highway. A site, though, is the terrorists. And some mollies there to go ahead and secure this plant. see where Base wants to play. Oh, whoa, dinked over from truck side. Surprising. He was pretty surprised, and they're actually both going to sit in quad right now. And well, Base to peek first, and he was rather low. They're not expecting two, and it works out brilliantly as Stig is able to peek out and get them both.
See, Stig is trying to go huge, and it's working out. He's won 2 rounds by himself. That one a 1v2, another 1v1, and doing a lot of work on other rounds that they aren't winning. Just with 15 frags in the round, is fighting for first place versus Lincoln, who's also going huge for his team. I think the only reason that the score favors Publiclir more than Lions at this point is because you also have Zite, who has 13 frags and is getting multiple frags around on a lot of the rounds that they win now. This fast push down mid is going to get shut down by Stig. That's another one on the board, and he can smell another player looking to trade. But
oh god, double the mollies there into quad. No one was behind that box. For Publiclir. Of course, this is, you know, just their eco round. Looks like Quicks did go for armor P250. LionsEK, though, making a push here in the last moments of the half. This is, what, 2 in a row? This will make it 3 in a row to make the score 7-6. And no one's won the half quite yet. Cash, a map we expect to be a little more even around, you know, 7-8, 8-7, 9-6, 6-9, you know, either way. So it's looking to be quite a showdown here on map 2. Will the upset be had on map 2? If Lions can win this?
That would be the most upsetting of upsets.
Yeah.
I thought that would happen for sure. But looking to have a solid half already, or Lions, I think they're starting to figure out their play. They just need a little bit of time on the map, I feel like, to
download
get
their
feet
opponents.
on the ground. To download their opponents, yes. Download it and delete them. And with 6 on the board, they're going to feel okay. They don't want to let Publiclir get 9. And with a lot of the rounds recently going to Lions, that's going to add to their confidence, fuel their momentum, and maybe give them the confidence to win this one too. We'll see. A very crucial round for Publiclir here. If they want to stop the momentum, it's going to be right now. And put the 8th round on the board, solidify them winning the half.
All right, let's see. Stig in the sunroom might catch him off guard. No, Downey was ready for it, but he can't hit the shot. Stig gets 2. Does this guy ever just kill 1 person?
No.
It's
Yeah,
0
no.
or 2 or more. That's all he gets. He's never just killed 1 person. Oh, Zita. We can see him through the X-ray, but Stig. I don't know if he was maybe visible, but always kind of hard to see through those vents. Oh, they see Lincoln cross over to quad. Now back to the site. They know where he is, but with the FAMAS, he'll bring down Base as he tries to get out the door. Oh, drops the bomb as well. Gets Spitty caught on the reload, though, with 25 bullets, and Enix brings him down. And Stig, since he worked into B pretty much by himself, or rather the CT's worked into him, he's on the flank. He'll bring down that truck player. Now the last one is Zita. He's done some crazy things. It's a 1-on-2, so never count him out. And there's 1. He brings down Stig, and now it's up to Skippy with the op, who honestly, at least in my eyes, has yet to prove himself with that weapon.
Yeah. Definitely not having the game of his life. I think it would have been much more beneficial for Stig to stay alive there, as they knew he was flanking, but leaving Skippy in this 1v1, we'll see how he plays it.
Well, he switched out the op into an AK already. Oh, and it was close. About half health there, does 60 damage, and now it's going to be Zeta. No kit, but plenty of time to go ahead and get the bomb down. Or defuse it, rather.
Was really convinced that this player was Highway. I think could have played the time a little bit better and secured that round, but yeah. Yeah, I also think that in that 2v1, even though Stig got the 3 kills in that round, he could have just played that a little bit more safely and not left his teammate in a 1v1. I also think that Skippy could have moved out into the site as he was coming to truck, so that they could have, traded if anything. But either way, really well played 1v2 by Zide, dividing up the attention and waiting for the right players at the right time.
So Publiclir gets the half. Started out somewhat easy, but it hasn't been as of late. They get that last round in a 1v1 scenario. Still stuck with a few FAMAS players, Downey and experience while with those. And here come the set smokes, but Zita pushing through with the op will bring down Base. Now only 4 players here for Lions. Skippy once more with his op.
I love how the 8 players always just take control of Squeaky and just hang out here.
Yeah, it could be kind of risky round after round, but it has really worked out for them. Zita going to get another with a 5-7. Now Quicks is up here in the squeaky door as well, finding another one. But there's Spitty moving in. Enix going to be dropped here by Downey, and it's going to be Spitty, the last man alive. Got himself up, fortified in the quad position, but it's going to be rough to survive this. See players moving in on him from all angles, 2 from mid, 1 from the squeaky door. We'll see what Spitty sees. Here's that door opening and closing. And now he gets shot down from Highway over there. And that's the half, 9-6. Publiclir with the lead.
Yeah, that's the 9 rounds that Lions didn't want them to get. And even though Stieg went ham for his team, putting 20 frags on the board, they only managed to get 6 rounds. Again, a lot of these kills that he's gotten have been in vain. I think we've seen 2 rounds already where he's gotten 3 kills and his team's managed to lose it, so it's a little bit unfortunate. Enix not having, maybe not his map choice, as he dropped 28 frags last map on Inferno, and coming up a little bit short on the CT side of Cash. But actually, no, that was actually the T side of Cash. So Stig is just a nuts T player, and we still have a lot to see, I think, as CT can be a little bit more forgiving for any player.
We'll see what he brings when they flip sides. But we got another pistol round here, and let's actually check it out. Did they get the... Publiclir did get that first pistol. We saw them struggle quite a bit with their pistol rounds on Inferno. So where they lost both of them. And
Both
then
of them,
the next 2 rounds on each half. So gave up the big 6 is what I'll call it.
The big 6. Yeah, Lions actually had really good strats. I mean, they even had a good strat for this one where Publiclir bid on their fake.
Yeah, they were able to get the bomb down T-side Lions for their first pistol round. Let them buy up on the 3rd round, which we can see didn't work out. Publiclir won those first 4. But let's see, pistol round. Can they get them both, or will it go down to the wire with, splitting those pistol rounds? Because, I mean, if we see both, like, statistics will tell us Publiclir probably wins the map. But let's see how it goes. They've got that mid control. They're coming up the Highway side here. Skippy, though, and Stieg locking it down. Lincoln going to push into Z, and he'll get it. Downey also on the board. And now, Enix, is he starting to make his rise back to the top? Can he find another here? Still locked in the battle, but Quicks coming over. It's a 2-on-2. Enix is still alive and fighting, but not for much longer. And Publiclir, they kind of brute force their way into the site. Spitty, though, also flanking up Highway, gets himself into a 1-on-1. Bomb is not planted. Experience Wise actually still got to go get it. I'm trying to figure out where it is. Oh, it's over here by Quad. 18 HP, so this is looking pretty good for Lions. Their chances on this 1v1, and with this 5-7, and wow, it can be very hard sometimes. I know they're even going to address that angle to see people over Toxic from where Spitty was, but he hits that shot instantly.
Yeah, finally winning in a 1v1. It couldn't have been in a more important time. Obviously getting a 2nd frag on that round as well, so good for him there. Good for LionsEK. That's another pistol round on the board, but I think, even though they won that first pistol round, they only got 6 rounds, excuse me. Which I guess is not that bad for T-side, depending on how well you can play CT. But not sure what that's going to do for them. Is they just glock somebody, just glock Enix straight up in a 1v1.
They'll finally trade him out, and they've got themselves onto the A site. The bomb's not quite there yet, but Oz going to get a Tech 9 kill. Now Quick's pushing forward with one. Can he shut down this truck player? Oh, he sees him, and he will get the headshot. Oh, that gun. It exists. This flank, though, from Spitty. Going to put his team in an okay position. The time on the clock now, probably about 30 seconds here for the bomb. Spamming down that quad player. 19 in the chamber of the P90. Might want to reload that one. On the site now with the FAMAS. Spitty, no chance there. Locks it down, and the Tech 9 rush into A will work out for Publiclir, so they'll get the eco.
Yeah, it was a little bit risky, I think, to have one player pushing an A main by himself versus, saving players that will most likely be rushing. As I think it's probably a 60% chance you're going to expect a rush on an eco. So if they hadn't done that, if they had 2 players in a trade, they might not have lost any, and they could have got multiple. So instead, they got split up into 1v1s and picked off by not only Tech 9s, but Block.
Now, Quicks Gonna start things off over the mid boost there. We'll bring down Skippy, who is trying to get a little aggressive. Now Zeta just waiting on the B aggression, and he will find it. Throwing in a nade almost gets him to go down, and can he get him on the cross to Sunroom? Oh, Scout has been picked up here from base. Oh, they actually did force up, so he bought a Scout and had the armor. Pistol armor for the rest of Lions, although not working out, and this is going to put them in a rough spot and allow Publiclir to probably get a couple extra rounds. The smoke off CT, actually, they kind of missed the smoke a bit. It's going to let Stieg push through, but he will be dropped. And now Enix, the last man alive, can't do anything to Quicks' AK. And Publiclir will get a clean round 18.
Yeah, so they stole it back. You know, that pistol round certainly wasn't worth as many as the eco was real this time. I think for the first time over 2 maps. I don't know if we saw an eco last map. I want to say we didn't. There
was one, but we talked over it just because we weren't expecting it.
Oh yeah,
Publiclir
but that wasn't
on
after
CT.
the pistol, was it?
No. Yeah, it wasn't like the eco round.
Right. Free mid, but it's a complete stack over towards A. And I mean, if they take mid control like this, they might. It's highly likely that they are going to go up highway. Now the thing is, going up highway is a really good way to deal with a stack at A, because this guy at Forklift is kind of on his own, and then the site players don't really have good angles to peek from.
They'll find one as Zeta opens it up with 2. Galil spray down over here at quad, and from quad now he'll get base, who is still in sight. And it's going to be Skippy, the last man up now for Lions on round 19. He's got that P2K Ivory. What can he do with it, though? Nothing. Down he gets him with a Tech 9 nade. Surely would have had him as well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's if they can just take that slowly up the highway, and it's really hard. Like if you come up through A main and split the site, like coming around through the top side of site, I think that's where it favors eco so much, because you can crossfire from the quad and the default plant spot. But when you come up highway, you're forcing players on the site to peek from really weird angles. So even though they had the right idea, and just to highlight that they did have the right idea, and I think that can be really important for your confidence. They weren't able to specifically counter strat Publiclir on that round.
All right, all AKs up now for Publiclir. Not working with any ops, and Lions probably hasn't been able to afford one yet, but we finally see some rifles. We got the 3 silenced M4s, the 2 unsilenced. No head armor, but that's an okay compromise. Against all AKs, doesn't matter. See what they can do. They've only got a few flashes. No smokes to hold on to anything. Smoke off A main, or might have already thrown them at just the start of the round, as about 50 seconds has transpired. They're going to get base out of that. Oh, but he peeks. He get Quicks on the boost, and he'll look, and he gets another 2 on the spray down. So base with a massive round here. Exactly what Lions needed. Someone to step up and get these kills, and Enix with the forklift to get one more. He'll bring down Awe, and just like that, took a while to get things started this round, but it's quickly into a 1v4 here experience, while the last member standing on Publiclir.
That's the kind of play they needed. Being down this many rounds, having a huge individual play like that from base, who pretty much they knew exactly where he was. They mollied him out. They threw a flash. He came out, killed the guy on boost, and sprayed 2 more down. Doing an excellent job. So that was awesome play from him. 10 seconds left in the round. Experience WoW with half HP, full nades, armor, CZ, and AKs. Looking to save, and most likely won't be found. So that's a bonus for him. Won't need to rebuy anything, and still has some money in the bank. But that's a really solid round from LionsEK, and specifically base. It was actually only had 6 frags before that round, so.
Just like that, he ties it up with Skippy.
Ties up with Skippy.
Actually, I mean, no one's done a whole lot except for Stieg over here with 22 frags. The rest of his team, definitely deep into the negatives for their KD.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's I guess having one other player with that many frags is really good, but Publiclir, Zit, besides Lincoln and Zit, they don't have that many either.
Yeah. They got 2, though, so twice as many.
They got 2, yeah, twice as many.
And this round will start off a little bit slower. Actually, Enix has already fallen, which could make the hold a little difficult. They are working pretty heavy over towards A. Stieg, though, still playing. What exactly do you call this spot?
Fence.
Fence? I guess that makes sense. I always just say near squeaky.
Close right.
I guess you could almost vent or like fan because they got the thing up there, but whatever. I like fence. So Stieg in an okay spot to hold on. The flashes are going to deter Publiclir a little bit, and the bomb is actually still in middle. Ready to go to either side at a moment's notice. Are they transitioning to B? Maybe it depends what experience WoW can do. And even if he does get the kills, makes A easier to take because someone probably rotates over. Quicks, though, to start things off. And Spitty in a good spot. So I think able to get the information and the fact that the bomb now going to be spotted. Stieg, though, going to find two. They try to push him down at quad, and it's just not going to be possible. Lincoln coming in with the nuclear threat. Of course, it is quite a threat. No problem there. He'll get the bomb down, but it's a 1-on-2. And does not live for very long. So Lions now going to get to 9 rounds on their map. So both of the teams... on the map they chose, Publiclir, Inferno, Lions, Cash, have started out a little rough.
Yeah, it started out a little rough. Now, what we saw from Lions with the score line similar to this map at this point in the game was that Lions just, started to pull away with it and locked up that 15th round pretty quickly. Whereas Publiclir are actually not that close to winning. I'd say if LionsEK win one more round, they're probably looking solid on the CP side, and they're going to have this pistol, which is actually a force-up from Publiclir to deal with. But once they deal with this, I think they're going to feel pretty confident in the map overall, I want to say. Good nade damage early on for them.
Big to start things off there from the fence. He'll get one. Enix to get another, so it's 3-on-3. But the Tech-9 surprise with that armor's busted Publiclir into the ace light. They've got the bomb down. They've even got that M4 now on Zita. He's at half HP. Everyone here for Lions is at full. And that was a big nade there onto the fork. They're going to drop in another one. Now down to 25 HP is Downey, but he has not budged. And he's going to peek out to get a kill. And now it's close range moving with a Tech-9. And this is just, close quarter combat with a Tech-9. Usually it's going to win out. One shot, one kill, and it just unveils its power.
That was a pretty sloppy retake. That's a really unfortunate round to lose. Steve got one, Enix got one, and they did tons of early nade damage and just got rushed through smoke into A main. Publiclir obviously hitting their shots, but that's the second time that's happened, and that's a huge failure. I think even though each player only got one and they got the bomb down and it was a 3v3 retake, the Lions should have had that no problem. And they managed to spot the player forklift, both players quad and sight, do a ton of damage, but not clean them up. And you can't really do that at this point in the game when they're, you're about to lose. You're about to lose. On a save now because of it.
Skippy took a lot of shots. I don't know what was going on there. If All was maybe blind as well. Downey though going to boost over the box, hit a quick frag, check out his checkers, and what do you know? Base is there. He might get to the player in events as well. Or I thought I saw one events. I guess it was just his teammate. Stieg now will bring it down. That's going to put 26. Wow. On the board for him. But still a whopping 28 for Quicks. Make it 29 now as he ends this round with a nice op shot. And, Lions, they saved. They made the right call saving, and this is the point where they're going to have to start forcing. They saved last round, so they're fine for this one. But always going to be forcing, playing to win if they don't grab this one. So let's see how they want to set up.
Yeah, and they're always susceptible to Tech-9 rush and A apparently. So if they can just deal with that, I wonder what Publiclir are going to do if they're just going to go back to default and work it differently with rifles. But if they did something similar with rifles, it would. I can only imagine it would be easier. But we'll see. Maybe that just having the Tech-9 breeds its own advantages. But it looks like Spitty's going to be pushing up with his teammate and having control of B so they can rotate over to A. And this is a really scary situation for Publiclir. They have no idea how to react to this. Spitty pushing a little bit too aggressively out mid after getting all that information. Little to no base has already pushed out as well. Yeah, so,
and having two behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
Might still work out in the end. Let's see what Steve can do. He moves over to the fence. He will actually get one and live. Base now. There you go. They didn't know he was out that far. And they bring this very important round maybe to a closer. Yep, Quicks can't get it done. Trying to roll on the back of that Tech 9 once more, but can't get into the site.
Yeah, Sneak and Lincoln fighting for first here in frags, 29 and 30 kills. Pretty unreal, but as you mentioned, 4 players on the other team, less than, or with, Spitty with 14 and everyone else with under, represents why they have only 10 frags, or 10 rounds on the board, and so everyone else will have to step up by the end of this game, and we will see that in the KD ratio if it happens. And Spitty opens it up with a very nice op shot onto Lincoln, a crucial one versus their opper. And that's the first time where we've seen a kill come out for free from Lincoln on the CT side. We saw it plenty of times from like an aggressive push into a min or squeaky from Publiclir. It's the first time that we've seen that from Lions in a long time, I feel like. So solid way to open up the round. And he actually, Skippy and Spitty, 2 different people. Okay.
Yeah.
So
and then there's
Spitty was opping
Penta.
now. And there's
no,
Skippy.
it's been Skippy that's been taking up the op. He hasn't done anything crazy with it, but finally, like you said, getting the opener, probably the first time he's done it in either of these matches.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what a time to do it right when they need it on an important round. And if we look at the money here for the Terrorists, I mean, probably Tech 9 Eco, or Tech 9 Armor, excuse me, coming out if they drop this one, which obviously is pretty hard to hold. So just rushing out A, but if Lions get this, their economy starts to build up, and if it's not too costly of a round, which it hasn't been yet, no one's even taken damage. So if they can get the mollies, the smokes, and all the nades they need, they can probably shut down this rush that is going to be coming in around 26, or possibly coming in around 26.
Yeah, haven't taken a single point of damage yet.
Going for the shutout. Oh, Steeg, of all people.
Experience, why?
Experience, why? Question mark?
We're trying to set records here right now. But yeah, that's 11 rounds on the board. The game's looking a little bit closer. Publiclir on a save. No, we don't want to see, that eco that happened very recently, that tragic eco, come back to haunt them. But ultimately, the map is still winnable for Lions. I think Publiclir still have a solid T side, and they have a lot of options to work with, and they've got a couple rounds to work with as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if they get shut down, or if they get away with it. And there's an entry into B. We'll base lock it down.
Looks like he's doing all right so far. Experience while still very, very blind. Oh no, Spitty was coming over with the P90. That's one of the weapons they really want to combat those Tech 9s. And I got a point to make on that actually in a little bit. But
Crossfire running through the smoke.
Yeah, running through the smoke. It's Experience WoW that has the Tech 9 and the P90. And the fact that he has a P90 and would still rather use the Tech 9, does that say something about this pistol? I've got a $2,400 almost submachine gun, but you know what? I'm going to use this $500 pistol instead. Oh, there he goes to immediately disprove my point. And gets blasted down by Enix.
And dies when he could have won the round with the Tech 9.
But I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if Spitty was like, you know what? Like, close quarter combat here against Tech 9. We failed with rifles. I'm buying a P90 on this round. That's what I want to think happened. That was the thought process.
Yeah.
But what I think happened is he just dropped Steeg a rifle, and then he just bought a P90.
So he didn't have enough money. Okay, that makes sense too. That makes sense too. And if they're going up against saving players, like you can afford to lose one gun. So like buying a moneymaker like a SMG. I mean, even though the kill bonus isn't as high for the P90, it's still 450% or whatever. So solid for racking up kills and building up an economy when you need it. Now, okay, a full A looking like it's going to come out here, and Stig mauling off the squeaky might make a huge difference.
Flash is coming in for Enix. He's going to try to get up the catwalk, but already 2 players have fallen. I don't think they realize that he's on the catwalk quite yet. He's going to be able to get 2, but now from the highway side of things, Experience, wow, finds a kill and trying to retake this 2-on-3. It's going to be difficult, although we have seen it happen the other way around. Molly. Oh, Lincoln.
Wow.
He's quick. Maybe that's why his name's Quicks. Trying to get through that. The nade gives some added damage, and he'll burn alive. Spitty to fall, and Publiclir now on map point here for map number 2.
Yeah, that was the first time I think Stig actually failed in A. Wasn't able to get a frag, even though I thought he was in a great position to get 1 or 2. Lincoln with a a ballsy play there, just peeking the toxic barrels and getting his frag on highway. Secured that round for his team. They got a 15th round. They recognized A was weak. They took it, and they took it with force, and they took it pretty cleanly. So they definitely knew what they needed to do that round and executed before they lost too many players, you know, during the mid and late.
All right, base. We've seen him have success from this position before. I don't know if... I think we maybe saw them boost once when they had two people on the flank, as that flash is going to go over. Lincoln saw the head, and Skippy jumps down into a pit of Vipers. Doesn't live to tell the tale. Enix is quite low as well now for Lions, so this last round, round 28, could very well be the last. Did Downey just go back and buy more nades?
Did he?
I think he might have. What's the buy time in Go?
15 seconds?
No, I mean, not the freeze time, but how long does the buy stay available? Like,
15 seconds?
Oh, after? Okay.
After, yeah.
So he definitely didn't, but I swear I heard him buy something. All right. Enix to fall. Zita with the entry over there through the squeaky door. Publiclir with 4. Going against 3. What can base do? Getting some damage there onto experience while through that smoke. And Stieg actually going to push through, but he can't get either. It's going to be base and Spitty. But Lincoln Quicks moving in close with the Tech 9. And Downey with the final frag right there. Publiclir will take it 16-12. So the exact same score, except the other way around. So both teams win each other's maps 16-12, which means that we're going to push this on into Overpass.
Overpass, yeah. And if not, you know, barring a couple of the, it was the A takes, you know. It was weird because Stig was like the best player on the map, and he was playing A, but A was like the weakest site. You know, maybe because of the retakes, but it seemed like 4 or 5 rounds went straight from A executes, two of them on just straight up Tech 9 armor buys, and they managed to win that round. Even though I think Lions have won 4 pistols so far. Is that correct?
That sounds right.
Yeah, they've won all 4 pistols. So that's
not
something.
a bad statistic to have. We'll see how it treats them on Overpass. That's going to be the third map, guys. We'll take a small break and then come back into it. But before we go, make sure to follow the channel, mlg.tv/playcevo. Give it a follow or a subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing here. Tons of CS action going to be coming your way on MLG TV. And, of course, support your casters here. I'm Helium, with me, Launders. Our Twitter's there in orange, @HeliumBrella, @CSBoxer. And we'll be back after a quick break.